I'm Jeff Morrison, and today we're going to talk about the Insta360 GO 2. The GO 2 is a tiny, and I mean absolutely tiny, action camera. It's smaller than my thumb, your thumb may vary, and it can shoot highly stabilized HD video in multiple aspect ratios, plus time-lapses and slow motion. Its specialty is first-person views, with the camera mounted on your shirt or hat, but its clever design lets it fit just about anywhere, with some angles generally not possible with a traditional action camera. Design. Wait, was I supposed to read that? Whatever, I'm going anyway. At first glance, it'd be easy to confuse the GO 2 with a case for a pair of true wireless headphones. They're the same size and easy pocketable shape. There's a soft texture to it, which is quite pleasant to touch. On the outside, there's a tripod mount and the USB-C port that charges the case and camera. Plus, it lets you transfer files faster than Wi-Fi. In one particularly clever feature, there's also fold-out feet that lets the case function as a tripod. Fold the case open and you're met with two buttons, a screen, and the camera itself. It's held in place magnetically, which we'll talk about later. Turns out, you only really need those two buttons. You can cycle through modes, change settings, and when you're ready to go, start recording. Removing the camera from its cradle, the case will wirelessly connect to it, so you can still control the camera while it's mounted on your person. The camera itself has no visible buttons, but if you press the space below the lens, it stops and starts recordings, or take a photo if it's in that mode. Ready, steady, go. 2. I've reviewed a bunch of action cameras recently. Cue that pop-up link, but few have been as, well, fun as the GO 2. It's so small and ready to go so quickly that I found myself trying to find new places to place. Places to place? Hi, I'm a professional writer. I found spots to place the GO 2 that might capture a new and interesting angle. Which brings us to some of the accessories. Perhaps the most interesting is a pendant that magnetically grabs and holds the GO 2. It makes it look like the camera just sticks to your shirt. This lets you capture hands-free first-person footage, which can be quite compelling if you're doing something interesting. What you're seeing here, for example, is me doing things that are not interesting. Here are some other people doing things that are interesting. This accessory lets you clip the GO 2 to your hat. This would be great to give a tall friend at concerts so you can actually see something. I didn't expect to like this one, but it's great. The black stuff is sticky, but not too sticky. Kind of like a post-it note, but instead of writing passive-aggressive notes to your roommate about stealing your food, I bought it for me, Gary. Yeah. What was I talking about? Right. So it's sticky and you can remove it to use again and again. I tried it on my dashboard, then switched it up and put it on my door. Yeah. Check out that model. How you doing? Picture quality. I think what surprised me most about the GO is how good the picture quality is. It's not GoPro levels, of course, but it can output 1440p videos with great color and contrast. Perhaps even better is the stabilization. This is something that Insta360 has perfected over the years with their 360 cameras, and it's extremely welcome here. Few things ruin a video faster than it bouncing all over the place. You'd think that some of these videos I shot while I was on a bike, but I don't own a bike, and for that matter, I can't even remember the last time I was on one. This is just me lumbering my quarantine body around, and there's nothing smooth about that. I think that's what elevates the GO 2 from what otherwise would have just been a cool gimmick. It can actually create great looking and interesting content. My favorite unexpected feature is that in the Pro Video mode, you can choose the aspect ratio in the editing. It records a square, okay, technically circular, image, and then you can pick 16:9, 9:16, or 1:1 after you've shot. Super handy to make stories or TikToks while being able to use the same content to make YouTube videos like this one, or hopefully better than this one. Some cravats. It says here cravats. It says cravats, that's what I'm saying. It's not my fault you can't type. Forget it, we'll fix it in post. The magnets are good, but not Magneto levels of good. At one point, the GO 2 leapt from my chest, did a quadruple Lutz, and lucky for me, stuck the landing. I don't think I'd be comfortable relying on just the magnets in a situation where there's a lot of wind, like on the outside of a car, or a lot of vibration, like you were hanging onto the outside of a car. There's also only 28 gigabytes of internal storage. I don't think this is a huge deal since the camera maxes out at around 10 minutes per clip and needs a recharge after 30 minutes. The case charges it, however, and can do that about 5 times before it itself needs a charge. I think this all makes sense for the type of videos the GO 2 does best. Besides, you can just load the content onto your phone. If you're recording longer activities, a GoPro or Insta360's One X2 or R would be better. Cue that pop-up link again. Camera to go. I really like the Go 2. For me, it's not a replacement for any camera I already have. For quick shots, I'd still use my phone, or for serious work, I'd use my Canon or a full-size action cam. But the Go 2, like its small size, fits in places those others wouldn't. Probably wouldn't wear a GoPro walking around, but this is unobtrusive enough that I would. It can get angles that the other cameras just couldn't. The fact that the footage actually looks good is what makes it, however. My guess is that by this point in the video, you've either thought of tons of ways you can use this, or you haven't. If you're the former, I think you'll like it. If the latter, I'm shrugging. I'm recording audio and I just shrugged. I'm so good at this. Anyway, check out my full review over at Forbes, which is in the description below. If you like this video, leave me a comment and subscribe. Wait, let me do that YouTuber thing. Smash that like button. Anyway, thanks for watching.